The evolution of democracy. Democracy has been called the best form of government ever devised by humans. It is a system in which ordinary people have a say in how they are governed, through free and fair elections, independent media, civil society organizations, and representative institutions. However, democracy did not emerge fully formed from the minds of its creators. It has gone through a long and complicated evolution over thousands of years. In this video, I will trace the main phases and features of the evolution of democracy, and discuss some of its current challenges and prospects. The antecedents of democracy can be found in the ancient civilizations of Greece, Rome, India, and China. These societies experimented with various forms of direct democracy, where citizens would gather in public spaces or assemblies to debate and vote on important issues. For example, the Athenian assembly practiced a form of direct democracy in which the majority of citizens could make decisions for the community. However, these early democracies were far from perfect. They often excluded women, slaves, and non-citizens from political participation, and were vulnerable to corruption and demagoguery. The birth of modern democracy can be traced to the Enlightenment period of the 18th century. During this time, writers and philosophers began to challenge the divine right of kings and the feudal order that had dominated European societies. They proposed new ideas about natural rights, individual freedoms, and human reason that inspired the American and French revolutions. These revolutions gave rise to the first constitutions that codified democratic principles, such as the separation of powers, checks and balances, and the protection of civil liberties. Since then, democracy has spread and diversified across the world. Today, around 2/3 of the countries in the world have some form of democracy, although the quality and type of democracy can vary greatly depending on the context, culture, and history of each country. Representative democracies, where citizens elect their leaders through free and fair elections and indirect representation, are the most common form of democracy. However, some countries have experimented with other forms of direct or deliberative democracy, such as citizen assemblies, participatory budgeting, and online voting. Furthermore, democracy has faced many challenges and criticisms throughout its history. Some critics argue that democracy is inefficient, corrupt, elitist, or demagogic. Others point out the inequalities and injustices that persist in many democracies, such as racism, sexism, poverty, and environmental degradation. Some people have lost faith in democracy altogether, as they see it failing to deliver on its promises and ideals. However, democracy remains a vital and necessary element of human flourishing and development. It enables citizens to have a voice in their own governance, to hold their leaders accountable, and to ensure that their human rights are respected. Democracy also fosters social cohesion, innovation, and creativity, as citizens work together to solve common problems and pursue common goals. Today, democracy is facing new challenges and opportunities in the digital age. The rise of populism, polarization, and fake news has eroded trust in democratic institutions and processes. The COVID-19 pandemic has led to new forms of authoritarianism and emergency measures that might undermine democratic values and rights. However, technology and digital tools also offer new ways to engage citizens, promote transparency, and enhance democratic participation. In conclusion, the evolution of democracy has been a long and complex journey, from the ancient Greeks to the digital age. Although democracy has faced many challenges and criticisms, it remains a powerful idea and practice that can contribute to a better world. Democracy is not static or fixed, but rather a dynamic and ongoing process of learning, adapting, and improving. As citizens, we have a duty and an opportunity to participate in this process, to uphold democratic values and rights, and to create a more just and sustainable future for ourselves and future generations.